Welcome to the Pastor Chira Show. I'm Pastor Chira, and today we launch. We launch into new territory. We launch into new mindset. We launch into new relationship. Are you ready to launch out? Come on and launch out with me as we go into this conversation on today. And today is a day where we're going into a conversation that we had during the Pastors and Leaders Summit 2023. And I don't know if you weren't there, if you missed it, you missed an entire treat. You could have registered and been a part online, but we were there and we were a part, and we had some amazing sessions with some amazing people. The services were outstanding. We were enlightened. We were impacted by everything that occurred during the Pastors and Leaders Summit. But this year, we had the opportunity to not only sit down and talk to the man behind the Pastors and Leaders Summit, but we got to sit down and talk to the lady behind the man that pushes the man, that encourages the man, that's behind the Pastors and Leaders Summit. And that is none other than Lady Elder, Angela Knight. And we sat and we talked with her about how we got to this place with the Pastors and Leaders Summit. What has it meant to her? What has it meant for her and her family? What has it meant for them as a couple? Yeah, there's a lot that goes into this. And so we sat down and we had a conversation, and I want you just to hear a little bit of that. So sit back, relax, tune in as we sit and speak with Lady Elder Angela Knight. Here we go.
Working type.
That is all it's about.
Yeah,
and
it really is.
And that's what I see. That's even what Overseer is doing even here. It's all about networking.
Pretty much.
It's all about coming together. It's all about learning one another.
Yeah.
It's all about coming out of our boxes. Coming out of our boxes.
Yeah.
And really being open to what's going on outside of where I am. What do you see? What do you see with the summit and how it's evolved and how it has come together? I mean, because you're right there. And so what do you see from your seat?
From my seat, I see it in so many different directions. It's like not even a 4-way, it's like a 5-6 way.
Right.
Like, as far as Overseer Knight is concerned, looking at it from watching him, is what he wants the people to receive, they're getting. His passion, his heart, what's in his heart to impart on leaders and pastors, he's watching it happen.
Right.
He's watching them receive what in his heart, and his prayer is that the leaders receive. So if I could just get, and when he goes places, and he's like, if I could just get them in the city, get them to talk to my people, if I get them to talk to us, and they need to hear this in every area, not just how to be saved.
But because it's not about just being saved.
It's so much more. It's so much more.
What is it though, lady? Like, honestly, like, I know it's more. But tell the people what more it really is. Because all we talk about is church and being saved. But it's so much more than that.
It's so much more than that. We're so much more than that. The human being is so much more than that. It's a holistic part of living that we have to embrace that has nothing to do, a little controversial, has nothing to do with speaking in tongues and having Jesus on our forehead. How do I live a life where I'm healthy?
Yes.
Physically, mentally, spiritually.
Yes.
And how do I get the funds to maintain this business that we call church? To maintain this structure, this infrastructure that we call church. And when it doesn't happen, what do I do? Right. How do I build the team that I need? How do I build the core team that I need?
Right.
And how do I recognize signs where I have to move on from somebody?
Right.
How do I recognize signs where I have to reassign someone in another place?
Right.
How do I get the stamina to do it?
Yes.
How do I get the boldness to do it? What's the difference between loyalty, skill, anointing?
And
That's
witchcraft?
all. And to be first.
I'm sorry.
And witchcraft. How do I recognize it? Because I love everybody. I'm a pastor and I'm supposed to love everybody. I'm supposed to accept everybody. I'm supposed to let everybody in. But somebody teach me how to be real keen and listen to all the pages.
Yeah.
And do, not just hearers, do
Doers.
all the pages of the Word of God. Because all of it's in His Word.
It's all in there.
It's in His Word.
Yes.
It really is.
All of it,
It is.
every bit of instruction for our life.
A whole life.
Our whole life is in
there.
the whole Bible.
It really
Not
is.
just the pieces and the parts that we want to pick and choose to apply when we feel as though it's necessary. But the whole thing speaks to our whole life.
It does.
And
It does.
every part that everything that we're going to go through, everything that we're supposed to accomplish, everything that we like, everything that we don't like, all of it is in there.
All of it is in there. All of it is in there.
And I see the summit bringing that together. And what is your part in the vision of the Pastors and Leaders Summit?
My part outside of, well, one part, I won't say outside. My part is when this is what I say and being the wife that I am, not just wife period, but the wife that I am and the role that I have taken. I hear the dream and I put my feet into action.
Yeah.
I hear the vision. I hear him speaking the dream. I hear him speaking the vision. And I'm like, okay, all right, so where do I fit in this? How do I make that happen? What phone calls do I make with that? Who can I get to put that in place so he don't have to worry about that? When he's calling on the people, how do I set the place up where we could be prepared for the people?
Yes.
So that part.
Yes.
And being the first partakers. One thing about a first family, it is not to be like we're in England and in the royal palace.
That is not this first family.
The first family is
Not
the
in the
first
churches.
part. Yeah, not especially not this one.
Yeah.
The first family are the first ones that got to do what he say. The rules he
Yes.
put out. We the first prayer. He say prayer. First family got to be praying.
First.
He say we got service. First family service.
First.
That's what's first.
Yes, first.
Trash on the floor. We're the first to pick it up.
First.
Bathroom need cleaning. We're the first to clean it.
First.
Yes. When I teach our ministers, we are the chief servant.
That's right.
So how can I serve?
Right.
How can I help you make this happen?
Right.
Is when, all right, and then I remind them, his mind goes, his mind is 10 years.
Yes,
10
ahead.
years down. He sees, and I say, all right. Remember, we need a team. Need a team, and you got to catch us up to it. You have this all right here, and it's laid out in your mind.
Right.
Now you gotta put it in us so
We
it
need
can
the
get an
process.
hour.
We need the steps. Can we get the steps?
Yeah. So I'm there to kind of like buff it, and the people be like, Lady Knight, can you please tell Pastor such. So I got you, no problem. So I'm the buffer a little bit.
So you are,
and
even in the system that Dr. Pack showed us earlier,
Oh boy.
in the system, you're first.
In almost every role that he said.
You said it, I did it.
Yeah, no. It is what it is.
Because it comes to you
Oh yeah.
first.
Yeah. And when I saw it, I was like, wow, that's it. Yeah, I see that. Do that.
And I'm right there in that, and because it comes to you first. What does that do to you, though? How does that impact you? Because you're not just a wife. You're the mother at home. You're the mother in the church. You're the caretaker. You're the caregiver. You do so much that's not seen. And it has to impact you in so many ways. What are those ways, and how do you deal with that?
First, I acknowledge and accept my role. I acknowledge and I accept it. I don't fight against it. Like, Lord, I didn't sign up for all this. I stopped saying that years ago.
Did you? Did you used to say it?
Because I married a minister who just started out, and that's all we were gonna do. Is we was gonna have fun, be married, and you was just gonna be minister night.
Yeah, and that's it. And we was gonna live our life.
And we was gonna be all right.
Like it's golden.
That's what I'm married. I wasn't even a minister then.
Wow.
I was just, I'm called, I'm saved, I'm good. But
I'm called, I'm saved, I'm good.
Yeah, that's it. Good. Yeah, oh boy. So I didn't see this day.
Right.
23 years ago. I didn't see this day 23 years ago. So I accept that. I've also changed my position a few years ago to my assignment is to keep you alive. By any means necessary.
Yeah.
That's my assignment. My assignment is to keep you alive. Because what won't happen on my watch, even when things get real sketchy, you're not dying prematurely and I'm watching you do it. Not gonna happen.
Not on my watch.
Gonna happen. I told the saints one time, I told the congregation, I said, we built a relationship. Y'all know me.
Yeah.
You know my character.
Yeah.
You know how I feel about stuff. You kind of, in the new people, you know they talk. They're like, personally like this, when people come. So y'all know me. So when the time comes where I say, you can't talk to him right now. Nope.
Yeah.
You know it's not personal.
Yeah.
You know what I'm doing.
Yeah.
I'm trying to keep him alive.
Right.
So I built the relationship where they were like, okay, she's not just being mean, I understand.
Right.
I know I want to talk to him right now, but
even if you are, even if it's taken as I'm being mean, you're still a wife.
Right.
You're still like your perception is not my
not there.
That's your perception. That is not my position. My position is not your perception.
That's true. You're right. You're right. You're right.
You know what I mean?
Yes, I do. I'm a proponent of a person that I believe and I teach. There is a way to say everything.
There is. Impactful, right? I know. She is a woman of wealth and knowledge, but we're going to go to a commercial, and on the other side, we're going to hear more from Lady Angela Knight. Stay tuned. Support our April Artist of the Month. That is Zach Landry of Enon Music Group. He has a single out. It can only get better. So you can get it on all music platforms. So I want you to go. I want you to grab. It can only get better. I want you to hear it. I want you to share it. And I want you to purchase it so that we can share and we can show love for Zach Landry, and it can only get better. Come on, let's support. Let's go. We're back, and we're here to hear Lady Angela K. Knight. So here we go, back into the conversation. Let's go.
What I will never do, which I've watched and I've heard, what I won't never do is be that pastor's wife that destroys a congregation.
Yes. Yes.
Because of what I feel I need to do. That's number one.
Right.
And then on the flip side, sometimes you can say whatever you want, however loving, and when people carry the spirit of offense, that's when I take the position, well, that's your spirit of offense. I can't do nothing with that. You carrying the spirit of offense. I can't do nothing with that. So yeah, but so if I have to, yeah, I'll do that. And then just as a wife, with my man. I took this and I play around with him, but I mean it. I took this from an older couple that I watched online. I said, I promise the Lord I'm gonna see about you, and that means a lot.
Yeah.
And it's huge. That's an umbrella.
Yeah.
Because I have a job to do because of the gift that He gave me. To not, I don't want to mistreat the gift. And I gently remind him about his health and his eating.
Yeah.
I gently remind him that he's a husband and a father. Because he gets like, and I'm like, come on now, come on. You're not taking that phone call tonight. You're not doing that. Tomorrow, we got to do such and such. The boys have, Brielle has, right. I gently remind him, some things and that bring him in. But
in your loving way.
Most of the time it's my loving way. Most of the time I'm very loving. Most of the time. Mm-hmm.
And sometimes we have to be who we are and put our little foot down. Has this transition, has this process? Because like you said, you married a minister.
Yeah,
who was now an overseer.
Oh, man.
Who was on his way. I won't say it, but we all know it.
Churches. It's like you count the churches.
Yes.
I said, Lord God.
Yes.
Yeah.
He's on his way. Which means that you are on your way too. Because you're one.
Yeah, recently I was just appointed co-pastor.
Here? Mm-hmm. Congratulations! I had no idea.
I was appointed co-pastor. I was licensed a minister under our bishop, late Bishop Ari Davis, and then ordained as an elder a while back. But we're transitioning. He's setting order, setting order in the house. He can't always be here. And then what he has seen, what the Lord has said.
And it's happening.
It's time to start setting the house and putting people in place. So we are going up together, and He pulling me right along.
Who better else to pull?
I don't glory in that. I don't say, well, it should be. I don't do that. I'm very humbled by the trust.
Because
I'm humbled by the trust.
A lot don't.
Right.
A lot don't.
Or can't.
And can't. You're right.
I don't have my own private agenda. His vision is mine.
Right.
The mission is ours.
Right.
So I'm really humbled by the trust, and I don't want to let God down.
Oh.
This is what they were pulling it in the seminars. These are God's people.
Yep.
And I am held to a responsibility to do right by God's people.
Yes.
Under no circumstances, I don't care how I feel, I don't care what I think about it. Just like we've had 3 babies that I've given birth to. We've raised 3 babies that I've given birth to. Five babies.
5 babies,
and given birth to 3. So when I gave my children over to the daycare and I went to work, I expected them to be treated just like me, if not better, than I would do.
Right.
And that's how I do God's people. And He already died for them. I'm not going to do that.
You don't have to.
Because He already did.
He did that already.
So
that's not my job. That's not your job. That's not His job.
Right.
Which is why you said, I'm going to make sure you live. Live and live out everything that God has for you. And not let the people...
Right.
Wow.
Right. So I'm gonna do good. I'm gonna do right by you because I'm responsible. He's given me, a certain responsibility. But I'm not Jesus. You belong to Him.
Nor do I want to be.
Right. So that's the stance I take, and I'm like, all right. Because if they're not gonna listen to the Lord, I'm okay. Next person.
Next.
Yeah.
So
until you get it.
My last question for you is, what has this week, these 3 days, said and done for you?
Wow. Oh, it's been so much. It's given me another level of admiration for the inside of my husband's brain. watching it, I just get this smile inside, like, wow, you're so dope. You're so dope for this. Like, look at this. And then I'm grateful because he's placed us where we could get. He teaches, if you don't sharpen your skill and sharpen your gift, then I definitely can't do it for you. And so that stuck with me. He said that years ago. He said, whatever you have, if you don't sharpen it. So he's making it so easy. It's as if here you go. Here's the tool to sharpen it.
Right here.
It's right here. So learning how to just build. I got Bishop Cannon.
Jesus.
Absolutely amazing. We had somebody already booked them for a consultation.
Are you serious?
Yes. She gave me, I have a dream. I know exactly what I want to do about another part of life that I want to do.
Right.
When it comes to just, not even just making money, but being in the community and doing something for the community and foster children. I spoke with her about it after the seminar, and she completely changed a direction that I was going that I didn't even think about. And we had a 3-minute conversation. And I'm getting ready to do it. As when May gets here, I'm looking for some properties in another way because I thought I would have to do it this way. And she said, no, you really don't.
Right.
You do know you could do this. Oh, thank you, Jesus.
Right.
That if this, I don't know her.
Right.
I don't have her phone number in my phone.
Right.
But because of this seminar, because of this summit.
Because of this.
There you go.
And that's what we can say.
Yeah.
We can say, because of this.
Because of this.
I'm better. Because of this.
That right there.
I know more. Because of this.
Yep.
I can do more.
Yep.
Because of
Yep.
this.
Yep.
I can do
Yep.
better.
Yep.
Because of this.
Yeah.
It's because of
It's because it is.
the Pastors and Leaders
It really
Summit
is.
that you all are birthing and making sure grows up to be what it's supposed to be. Here for the local assembly to go out abroad
and just be better. And just be better.
just be better.
Just be better. Just be better. Be holistic. Be holistic and be better. It's
That is
more-
one of my favorite
more than
words.
the fall words.
Holistic. We have to be holistic. Not the bits and pieces, not the parts that we want to do.
Yeah.
But we got to do it all.
Yeah.
The good, the bad, the ugly, the indifferent.
Oh, boy.
We have to do it all. Because all of it makes us.
Yep. It does. It does.
You are
Yeah.
amazing.
Oh, so are you. I'm loving
You-
that you're here. I'm so excited. Yeah, I'm loving this. Thank you
are
so
someone
much.
to watch.
Oh,
You are someone to sit at their feet. You are someone to learn from. Because you're not overt. You're not. You just like, I'm here. Whatever you need me to do, I'm here. If you need to talk, I'm here. If you need me to listen, I'm here. I see you.
Yeah.
I hear you. Your heart is so pure.
Oh.
And I appreciate you for everything that you do. Not just with your husband, not just as the wife, but you, the woman, Lady Angela Knight, for who you are and all that you do, seen and unseen. You're a gift.
I appreciate that. I appreciate that.
And I so appreciate you.
Oh, wow. Wow.
You have
Keep praying
no
for me.
idea.
Keep praying for me. Yes, I said I tease them. I have a good girlfriend, which everybody got have.
Right.
And I'll call up. I say, are you praying for me? Because I don't feel like you praying for me. You know, I'm only as good as your prayer now. Did you pray today? So yeah,
And we gotta
need each
have
other. Yeah, we need that. We need each other. We gotta. Prayer will sustain.
Yes, it will. Prayer gets us through everything.
Prayer will sustain.
Yes, it does. I
my
thank
God.
you. Thank you for taking this time.
Thank you for pulling me in.
Listen,
because I wouldn't have otherwise. You know, I'd be in front of no camera.
Because I'm going to be in the back. I'm going to work in the back. I'm going to do what I do. Yes.
Can I bring something while you interviewing people? You need something to drink?
This is you. This is you. Yes. No, we're going to do this. We are going to do this.
Right.
Because you have a voice that the people need to hear as well. You have a
keep
voice.
telling me.
We need to hear your voice. And we need to hear your voice more. And we need to hear your voice louder.
Wow.
because there are people that are waiting for you and your voice.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
this is what we do here at the Pastors and Leaders Summit. This is who we are. We just sit and we talk because we have something to offer. And the Pastors and Leaders Summit is offering us so much. This is the mother of the Pastors and Leaders Summit. Yes, this is she. I told you she is packed full of knowledge and wisdom. And it's no reason why the Pastors and Leaders Summit isn't like it is, because they are a power-packed team. So I want you to stay tuned, because we're going to have more interviews and more conversations from those that were a part of the Pastors and Leaders Summit 2023, because we're gearing up for 2024. And I want you to prepare now to be a part of all that is happening and that's going to happen. So stay tuned here with the Pastor Chira Show, because we have so much more coming just for you. So here we are, here we go, and I will see you next week. God bless. Coming up on the Pastor Chira Show.